Hello everyone, Annika Marita here with Elaine Mama's Healing, and I am here to bring you an energy update of the week of May 8th. The energy this week feels like we have finally shifted into something that I'm being told is called true spring. So while we experience the energy of spring and that shift of the equinox, in March, they're telling me that right now is actually bringing the energy of spring. So winter went a little bit longer this year. It was a little bit darker, denser, heavier. We experienced extreme storms, raining, snow in most of our area. And what they're sharing with me is that this time of darkness and almost like forced time to look inward was really important for all of us to be able to come into this time right now where we're going to be experiencing massive ascension energies, and it's not going to happen slowly. It's going to happen really quickly. So winter was really important for us at that time to really deep dive inward. For me, I had a lot of layers peeled back, and it's almost as if the calloused versions of myself were no longer needed and they weren't serving me, so they started to be peeled back. And then what happened is that with every layer that was removed, I felt more and more vulnerable and things felt a little more raw. And then it was like I had nowhere else to hide, no other shell or protective layer. I really had to look at these things that were left deep within me, these traumas, these scars, and ask myself, how can I heal them? How are they affecting me now? And are they serving me any longer? Most of those answers were that they weren't serving me anymore and that it was time to dive deep into the healing of these scars that were left inside of my being on a soul level, really. So what's happening now with this true spring energy is you'll see it everywhere in nature. Things are quickly becoming vibrant. There's a really high frequency, a high energy about this spring that's happening now. Things are really hydrated and moist. We're no longer in a drought here in California. Our plants are thriving. The flowers are bigger and brighter and blooming better than they have in years. Our waterways are full of water and nothing is in a lack anymore. So this feeling is of abundance energy. And so what they were sharing with me is that this true spring is an awakening period, and that we are slowly now accessing the magic that was hidden behind the layers that we removed in the winter. And by doing that deep healing and sitting in those hard moments in the wintertime, we have now brought ourselves to this place where we are available to receive. They're telling me that what we need to be careful of at this time is making sure that we are paying attention to the things that are serving us. And while that sometimes goes hand in hand with paying attention also with the things that aren't serving us, they wanted to make it really clear that this is not the time to pay attention to the things that are not serving you. So don't think about that on loop or repeat. They really want you to focus on the things that do serve you, because when you start to shift your focus into the things that do serve you, you will begin to experience that the things that aren't serving you start to fall away, because most of your energy and focus is going to the things that do serve you. So that's where you want to spend your energy, and that's where they're asking us to focus. And the things that serve us that will be important to make sure that we're kind of checking in with is the places that we spend our time, the people we spend time with, that we are in conversation with, the people who influence us, our sphere of influence, our thoughts. So trying to be aware of the thought cycles that we have on repeat and bringing in new fresh versions and really anchoring into this abundance energy and this idea of blooming like the most beautiful and the best version of a flower that you can be, because this is what is available to you, this sort of energy. It's really beautiful, powerful, and profound. They want you also to direct your efforts to places that feel good. So right now, what's important is taking the leaps into self-growth, taking time for yourself and asking yourself if at this moment, does it make me feel good to go for a walk, move my body, or should I hop on Instagram and social media again? While this message is fuel for your soul, the time spent on platforms where they're kind of sucking your energy, and if you are here, you are sensitive to energy, and those things are not serving you in a greater way. So they really want you to make sure that you're making the efforts to kind of funnel the time where you can spend on social media and say, okay, I'm going to spend 10 minutes or 20 minutes here, and then I'm going to do an hour and a half here and spend time in nature where my soul is really fueled and I feel replenished, re-energized, and good. The other thing that was important for the mamas out there is that right now we greater than ever are being called to do big work. So we're feeling like our souls are there's almost like a sense of yearning or a pull. And this is the time now for you to lean into that yearning and ask the questions like, what is this pulling? And start to lean into the curiosity of what this is about, because now is the time for you to make some time for yourself. And do this without any mom guilt, because our children are deeply supportive of these efforts toward self-growth. And I'll get into that at the end of this. Another thing that's really important at this time is that we're being given permission. And we are being given permission to feel safe enough to thrive, because we have done all of this heavy work in the wintertime and removed so many layers that no longer serve us, that now we are so supported in this place to be able to feel safe enough to move towards our soul purpose, our missions, the places that really light us up and fuel our soul, the places that we feel like we truly belong. Now is that moment to find ourselves just bathed in that energy. It's also okay, they're giving us permission to feel okay with making hard decisions that feel maybe like self-serving. So what they were showing me is that there might be an ending of relationships, whether that's friendships or a distancing from family members that just don't vibe with you at this moment. You are being given permission that it is okay for you to separate from those energies, and it's okay for you to take this time for yourself. Another thing that they wanted to share is that you're also being given permission to protect your energy from people, places, maybe in your career. This could be friends groups. This could be play groups with your children, schooling, anything that feels like it's really draining, or when you think about you have to go there or do the thing, give yourself permission to not go, because these are places that are sucking your energy, and now is the time to take back your energy, and you're going to need all of that energy to be in this place of ascension. And so it's really important for you to make the decisions for yourself to no longer be surrounded by people, places, or situations that are energy sucking. You're being given permission also to feed your soul and to allow all of this to integrate so that you can heal on a soul level. one last message for from our children, from our collective children, is that what they said is that we are ready for you to grow. Our children are cheering us on as mothers. They know what they came here to do with us, and they are really excited to watch us grow and heal. And so right now, if you feel like you may have some guilt around taking a course or making some time for yourself so that you feel better, know that our children are actually very supportive of this and they won't feel like they're missing out on anything with you. So try to make peace with that mom guilt. And that is your Monday message. I hope that resonates. If you have any messages for me or if you have any questions, feel free to DM me and connect with me. And I'm sending you all the love. Have a wonderful week.